John McDonald to get him and Andy on the stage.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the action. You've joined us live on ITV Sport from Butlins, Minehead. Yes, welcome along to the Cash Converters Players Championship, brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation. And at this time, we welcome the millions of viewers joining us around the world. And now, it's time to meet the players. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of 3 PDC ranking events, the former world finalist, it's Hamilton! Andy Hamilton! Now, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the reigning and defending Cash Converters Players Champion, the reigning world #1 and the former champion of the world, mighty Michael.
Andy Hamilton sneaks in as 64th seed thanks to the Australian Kyle Anderson not being able to get a visa this weekend. So let's see what Andy can make of this unexpected opportunity and join Alan Warren a little and John Rawling.
Well, we wait to see what Andy Hamilton can do, Alan. Michael van Gerwen at the moment looks well nigh invincible.
Well, yeah, from Hamilton's point of view, as we said, getting into that last place because of Kyle Anderson, it's more of a free ticket, isn't it? But he's got to put all his efforts into the next 20-25 minutes and try and produce the best darts that he has all season, really, and that's why he's down to number 65 before this event. Obviously 64 just getting in because of Kyle Anderson's withdrawal, but that's why he was at 65th, because he's not had a good season.
And a big slide down the rankings for Andy Hamilton, while Michael van Gerwen has just gone from strength to strength. You run out of superlatives. 24 tournament wins this year. Kind of tells its own story. He's been phenomenal.
Well, certainly has. He's #1. He's the reigning champion. He's winning everything. You think if he bought a bar of chocolate, it'd probably have a Willy Wonka golden ticket in it. He's winning everything because he's playing the best.
Winning so many tournaments, he hardly needs the Willy Wonka ticket. He's worth a bit of a fortune in gold himself. Well, when it comes to the darts, when the match begins, here we go. It'll be Michael van Gerwen starting off. Once upon a time, Andy Hamilton had a fantastic record against Michael van Gerwen, but it's sort of slid in recent years, and he's a rather different animal to the man who Andy used to steamroller a few years ago.
Well, Van Gerwen's playing the best level of darts, I think, consistently that we've ever seen. Phil Taylor's done it longer, for that 20-odd year period, as we know. Van Gerwen obviously only done it for 3-4 years, but the exceptional high level is incredible.
Andy was a one of the top players in the world at one stage. He's played in the Premier League, and he's not actually, though, been past the last 16 of a televised tournament since the semi-finals here back in 2013. So to say that he could do with one or two big wins, I guess, is pretty self-evident.
He was such a solid performer, wasn't he? He was a regular in the quarter-finals. You know, he's been to a world final, he's been to a few others.
135.
Can you recapture some of that form? And sometimes when you do lose a few games, we've seen it with so many players. We've mentioned a few of them over the day's proceedings. It's just so hard to get it back in because of the level nowadays in the PDC.
Went for three in a bed there, just straight into the treble one. Last time Hamilton won a televised tournament was last year at the World Match Play. Beat Raymond van Barneveld and then lost to Phil Taylor in the next round. Van Gerwen's already on a finish there, but Hamilton can put him under some pressure, could do with another treble.
Well, that was such a bad visit from the first start, because he's on 220, hit a treble 20 with the first one. Even a ton would have given him a good opportunity to take the first leg, but...
And now it's a massive ask.
Bad visit.
16.
Well, that's fairly ordinary from Van Gerwen, unusually. Now Hamilton for 156. And it's not to be. When he was playing really well, Hamilton had a fantastic nerve, didn't he? Strong player.
He did.
20 for tops. For 1-0 Van Gerwen, having to work down the hockey. And good dart.
So
even then, he's not had the best leg. But when he gets that opportunity to hit the double, he just takes it away from you, just like that.
He has that intimidating aura nowadays, Michael Van Gerwen. On ITV tournaments, you have to go back to goodness knows when for the last time he got beaten. He just strings off one after another. 2 years ago here by Terry Jenkins, and it's he has that aura of invincibility now. One man who maybe doesn't feel that is the next man up, who's Gary Anderson, who's next in action here. Gary playing John Henderson in an all-Scottish battle.
Tough first game for both players there.
57.
So it's not often you see Michael Van Gerwen with a 77 average. Yes, we're very early in the match, but more importantly, he's 1-0 up.
Hamilton nicely placed now, though. On a finish, 121. It's one they like. Treble 20 and then the 11s.
He's got options, so I'm going way back on 3-2-4, incredibly. Yeah, good thinking from Hamilton.
Van Gerwen has not hit the accelerator yet, really, has he? Hamilton then 56 for a leg to get back to level.
Yeah,
16 for tops.
He's a long way in front, but just that clean kill sometimes, John, takes you into a positive thought into the next leg.
Could do with this. Ooh, dear. That was a nervous sort of tug.
Yeah, it didn't look like it, did it? But he may have to get it now. He may have to get it now.
And 84 left. It needs to go now. Double 10 for Hamilton for 1-1.
Looked like he had all the time in the world, didn't he, a minute ago?
All the time in the world, and for the moment it's a wonderful world.
Both players should be pretty much settled in.
100.
Yeah, it's obviously a difficult position for Hamilton. He didn't know till late knockings, really, that he was in the tournament.
58.
But I suppose he'd be rather up there on the stage than sat at home watching it. So it's a free ticket, isn't it, really?
What's the story with Kyle Anderson, Alan? I mean, you're privy to, or in an inside position. I mean, why is this not been sorted out before now?
Well, you'd probably have to ask Kyle that. I mean, you know, he's in control of it, isn't he? He's obviously not done something right. He's been trying to get the Tier 2 visa, and these things take time. It's costing him at the moment.
And presumably it's potentially costing him a place in the World Championships as well. That's more like it.
Well, it could do. The draw for that is on Monday.
His manager has apparently said that Australia have not recognised darts as a sport.
171.
Let's hope it can be sorted out.
Oh, the way cricket's going, that's probably not recognised either in Australia.
132 then for the break of throw for Hamilton. Treble 19 he's looking for the bullseye. He's got it. Bullseye now for the break of throw. Oh, so near, he moved the wire.
It was close. He wasn't in. Well, he's missed a big 20. Unbelievable. Oh, he was in, sorry. I thought the angle there looked like he was in the one. I think he stopped because he thought it was. Check with the referee. Looked like he'd missed it there.
Well, it looked like it was outside from the camera shots.
He obviously knew what he was doing.
I think he was just making absolutely sure, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And rightly so.
100.
So despite a not wonderful performance from Van Gerwen, the two darts he's had at the double have won in 2 legs.
Hamilton came very close to checking that one out, though. It was a good effort at the bullseye, only just the wrong side of the wire.
Yeah, really would have motored him on for the rest of the match, wouldn't it?
134.
Playing okay at the moment. Needs to maintain it, and of course vital that he holds his throw. Good dart. The hammer. And another good dart.
Oh. 140.
Another good leg from Hamilton. Back comes Van Gerwen, as he always does.
What a response. The winning habit. 161 then for Hamilton. And Van Gerwen will return with 87 to make it 3-1. It'll be for the break of throw.
89.
Just shows you how quickly a game can change with a maximum. It's incredible, really. 20 for ball, or the treble for double 5. Oh, there we go.
Goodness. He makes it look easy, and in the blink of an eye, or not much more, the break of throw, and Hamilton from looking in a good position. And remember, he almost broke the Van Gerwen throw in the previous leg. Now he is looking potentially at a 4-1 deficit at the break at the end of this leg.
Yeah, he's not playing bad. Van Gerwen, middle of that second leg, as we mentioned, was averaging 77. It's now up to 96, so it just shows you how much he's improved in the last 2.5 legs.
He's got his best man waiting in the next round if he wins it, Vincent van der Voort. An all-Dutch affair. Big Vincent getting through narrowly earlier on.
And a reminder as well that the next round is also over the same format before we move up when we get to the last 16. The last 64 and 32, a best of 11.
Oh, another maximum number 3, and his average is over a ton now, over 101 in fact, and he's starting to motor.
When he hit the second treble there, you could just see a little nod of the head from himself, wasn't it? He just said, right, here we go.
And there's a resigned look about Hamilton now, as though that near miss on the bull, he knows it's hurt him, and now the bullseye.
56.
Well, he didn't need to, but he probably felt confident enough to hit it, and why not when you're the best player in the world?
Well, he's going to have He's going to have 6 darts from 25, isn't he?
At least.
He doesn't look really as though he's having to be absolutely on his A game, Michael van Gerwen, and again a look of disillusionment from Hamilton. Double 4.
21.
Well, sloppy, very sloppy, but he's still got plenty of time. He's mad with himself, but he knows he can make amends.
Hamilton still not on a finish. Double 1, madhouse for van Gerwen. Surely this time.
No score.
Well, I remember him doing this in the Grand Slam, and he's done it in a previous tournament as well, where he got stuck on double 1 and he couldn't hit it, and his opponent came all the way down and nearly nicked the leg.
He had that Stan Laurel look of bemusement as he went back to pick up his glass of water.
140.
Another fine mess you've got me into. Here he goes. Double 2, that's not lying nicely. Even worse now. And he squeezed it in. How did that get in? Somehow it did. And Michael van Gerwen, without throwing good darts, is 4-1 up. He's averaging about 90. Andy Hamilton, has he missed his chance? Van Gerwen is progressing very nicely indeed. Welcome back to Minehead. It's a cold Somerset night outside, but a hot atmosphere inside as Michael van Gerwen has moved into a 4-1 lead in his match against Andy Hamilton, who, when van Gerwen went ahead, just seemed to lose focus and almost looked as though there was a look of resignation about him. The old fighting Andy Hamilton of a few years ago, he'd have dug in and clawed his way into it and stayed in it. But is he able to do it now, here in 2016? On board 2, Roby John Rodriguez leads Ronnie Huybrecht by 4 legs to 3. Nice start from Hamilton.
Yeah, it's certainly not been a vintage performance at this moment from van Gerwen, but that 120 finish after Hamilton missed the ball for that 132, the game has changed since that moment.
I'm being hard on Andy because he was such a fighter, wasn't he, a few years ago? He just doesn't seem to be able to get that into his game at the moment.
It's difficult when performances and results aren't going in your favour. He's obviously trying his heart out up there, practising hard. Obviously difficult coming to the tournament last minute and then being drawn against Michael van Gerwen. It's not the easiest draw, obviously, but you know, he has got fighting qualities, and he's going to have to do it in the next 15-20 minutes, otherwise he'd be going home.
First to 6, and van Gerwen is putting his throw under pressure. Not to spare seat here. Butlins this weekend completely sold out, and they're already taking bookings for 2017. It's such a high point, this, of the darting calendar now. That's unlucky.
Well, what it also does is it's going to maybe have to move from the 20s, because a single 20 wouldn't leave a finish. Well,
didn't want 12, did he?
Well, he's left a finish.
Not like that
by default. Well, 170 would certainly liven him up, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
Certainly liven the crowd up as well.
Well, and van Gerwen's not done the best there. He's 142, so now let's see what Hamilton can do here. Only one way, and he's missed the treble 20.
Not 2 treble 19s, would have left double 18.
58, Michael Carl 142.
142 for van Gerwen. Treble 20 is after he's got it. And again. And now the double 11, and how about that? 142, and I can tell you can't see this at home, but Alan Warren a little, sitting by my side, was shaking his head almost in disbelief at how easy Michael van Gerwen at that moment made it look, and then following on with that.
Well, at some points, and we've mentioned it in the game, he hasn't looked at his best, and all of a sudden he just scores bang bang, 1-4-2 out, 180 next leg.
And as a result of that, Hamilton, despite a good visit himself there, is staring defeat in the face, and Van Gerwen is moving inexorably towards the victory line.
Well, this is at a 1-4-2, a 120, an 87. Is it 4 maximums? But he's still only averaging 93.
Atta boy, Andy! Yeah, there it is. I know I can still do it. Why wouldn't it come when I needed it?
140.
Outstanding again from Van Gerwen. What a response.
There needs another one here. Otherwise, it could be all over.
Well, the rankings are about to be confirmed. You would suspect Van Gerwen needing 100 tops now. Is this the moment? Yes, it is. And in he goes to the next round. Michael Van Gerwen accounting for Andy Hamilton and ultimately making it a very, very straightforward exercise indeed. World ranked number 1 beats world ranked number 64, and the winning margin was a big one. Van Gerwen 6, Hamilton 1.